Super Mario Maker was very innovative as it allowed fans to create their own Mario levels, something that they've been dreaming of for a long time. However, is this amazing game's release at the cost of us getting brand new main 2D Mario titles? That's the topic of this video. What's going on, it's Cyroth here, bringing you a new Nintendo video. Remember to subscribe for more of them coming really soon. I, like many of you, really enjoyed Super Mario Maker. It was a fantastic experience being able to create some of the Mario levels of my dreams. Many fans had a similar vision to me, wanting to create concepts for Mario levels that they just didn't see in the main games, and now they finally had a tool to do that. However, will Mario Maker completely replace the 2D Mario games that we've known and loved? Very recently, many hardcore Mario fans are complaining about the existence of the new Super Mario Bros. Titles. Starting on the DS, then we got one on the Wii, then the Wii U, then new Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS. Many people were getting really tired of the new Super Mario Bros. Brand and wanted something new and revolutionary, and that's what we got in Mario Maker. I feel like that if we were going to get a brand new 2D Mario game, it's finally time to end the new Super Mario Bros. Style. This would mean creating a new revolutionary concept for 2D Mario titles, in a similar way to how Mario Maker was revolutionary for Mario levels in general. But does a game which allows people to create unlimited possibilities for Mario levels hinder the possibility of having a brand new 2D Mario game? What I mean by this is, what's the real appeal in having a brand new 2D Mario game if people could just recreate those levels in Super Mario Maker? This, however, is an argument that I don't see being very valid. I talked about this in a previous video which you may have watched, but 2D Mario games that we have gotten in the past, except for the new Super Mario Bros. Titles, they do offer something as a whole. However, the individual titles don't add too much to the Mario series. But in general, the 2D Mario games each have a brand new concept that sets them apart from the title before it. Mario 3, just continuing off of the incredible gameplay concept of the first one, was an incredible successor. Many people find that Super Mario World is even better than that. Both Mario 3 and Mario World introduced revolutionary concepts to the existing 2D Mario formula. Fans were so excited to experience their gameplay styles again when Super Mario Maker was released. But that's the contradictory point to what most 2D Mario fans want to hear. You can just recreate all these concepts for levels in Super Mario Maker unless Nintendo adds a brand new feature, and I have faith in that. Introducing a brand new revolutionary concept, whether it just be the art style or adding Cappy into 2D Mario games for the first time, something that differentiates it from the titles before it. I swear if we get another new Super Mario Bros. Title, the fan backlash is going to be insane. Not quite Federation Force, but you know, pretty much up there. So I think the answer to the question that I've been talking about is really due to the fact that Super Mario Maker has unlimited creation possibilities. Almost. There are some features that it's lacking. I've talked about them in the past, but for the basic concepts, it has them locked down. So you can't really release another Mario title with the same concept and art style of one of the ones that we've already gotten. A new Super Mario Bros. Title is not going to be well received, because anybody who's bought Super Mario Maker on the Wii U or 3DS won't really feel the need to buy that. Especially if Super Mario Maker gets ported to the Nintendo Switch before a new 2D Mario game comes out, but again, I've talked about that in a previous video. It just all depends on whether Nintendo does what they're known for or not, and that is innovate. We saw this recently with the reveal of the Nintendo Labo, an incredibly innovative concept that I don't think anybody saw coming. Oh yeah, they're just selling cardboard to people, but they have games that go along with it. I'm okay with them doing something like that. It's just another example of Nintendo expressing their creativity in what they sell. Super Mario Maker allows people to be creative. I know many people would much prefer a Mario Maker port to a brand new 2D Mario game, and I think both could coexist on the Nintendo Switch if the brand new 2D Mario game is different enough from the existing concepts that we've had in the past. It has to be extremely revolutionary. But how would a new 2D Mario game innovate, and when would it come out on the Nintendo Switch? I talk all the time about Super Mario Maker coming out before or coming out after. When do I actually think they would come out, presuming that both a new 2D Mario game and a Mario Maker port would make their way to the Switch? Both I find very likely. I'll start with the release date first. I definitely don't think that we're going to be getting another main 2D Mario game, or any other main Mario game for that matter, this year. I was confident that we would back in December, but after the mini direct where we got information of a new DLC update being added to Mario Odyssey, a new little feature, I have a feeling that Nintendo is going to be updating Odyssey throughout the year, both with free and paid DLC, like I've talked about before in my DLC Kingdom Ideas video. Nintendo could add some extra kingdoms to Odyssey as paid DLC for the game, and that will be how Nintendo pads out main Mario throughout 2018. We're definitely not going to be missing new Mario games in 2018 on the Switch, though I'm confident that we're going to be getting more. We already got the announcement of Mario Tennis Aces. Nintendo has to publish some new Mario games this year, because if you think about it, Mario games were one of the main driving forces for Switch sales in 2017. We had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a Wii U port, yes, but it sold incredibly well on the Switch. Then we had Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, a fun strategy RPG, and of course, Mario Odyssey. It's undisputable fact that a lot of the Nintendo Switch's sales are coming from people who are just looking for a new Mario game, and you're going to have to appeal to those fans this year. And while I think that even if Mario Odyssey gets new kingdoms as DLC, there's still going to be a sequel to the game because I hear that it's very successful at the moment, that's definitely not coming this year because of the DLC updates that's going to drag main Mario through this year. Breath of the Wild got a lot of updates through 2017, and I think it's going to be the same way for Mario Odyssey this year. So with that in mind, I think the earliest a new main 2D Mario title could release is 2019. It is slightly possible that Nintendo releases Super Mario Maker as a port on the Switch later on this year. They have been doing a lot of Wii U ports. We just saw Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Hyrule Warriors get revealed, but I did talk about that more in my previous video. Nintendo is very big on those Wii U ports on the Nintendo Switch. Not as much with the original content as it seems right now. So I think Nintendo is very keen on getting Mario Maker on the Switch, because it would just be a great game that would help support the Nintendo Switch Online program. What a better game to encourage social interaction between video gamers online than a game that allows you to play other people's Mario levels and be creative. The community that Mario Maker spawned is one of people's favorite aspects about the game. However, many fans, including myself, still think there is the appeal to main 2D Mario titles, and the uniqueness about them is why we want one on the Nintendo Switch. So if a Mario Maker port comes out this year, I don't think we're going to be getting a new 2D Mario game in 2019, and instead in 2020. We'll probably get the Odyssey 2 in 2019, because that's sort of how Galaxy and Galaxy 2's release period went, just a couple of years after. But whenever this new 2D Mario game ends up releasing, I want it to innovate a lot, because that's how it's going to sell and revitalize the 2D Mario series. We haven't gotten a brand new concept for a 2D Mario game since New Super Mario Bros. DS! It's about time, Nintendo. Make it happen. What new features would I want in this game? Adding Cappy would be interesting, although I'm unsure as to whether or not Mario's new best pal will accompany him on all of his journeys, and not just within the various kingdoms in Super Mario Odyssey. The primary thing that would have to change is the art style. I like Rayman Legends Definitive Edition's art style. I don't know about you, I just think that looks really cool. Many people would think it'd be going to more of a hand-drawn art style, and with that sort of mix of colors and whatnot, than the more realistic looking, at least for Mario's case, 3D style graphics. But I don't really think it's going back. I think it's more like innovating. What a better way to show that a game is different than giving it a new coat of paint. You may not be changing the internal components of it too much, but from an aesthetic way, it feels like it's innovation. This is like Pokemon X and Y all over again. People mindlessly praise the game for innovation, for changing the graphics, but in reality, the grand scheme of things, it doesn't change too much about the core Pokemon gameplay. It's nice to see a new coat of paint, but it's not the biggest deal. What is a big deal is the core mechanics within the game. I'd like an abundance of new power-ups and ideas, just wacky, that are unique to the Mario series and what the games are known for. I appreciate what Odyssey did with no power-ups, because I liked how that was back in Super Mario 64 and whatnot, but the primary component of 2D Mario games, aside from the regular gameplay, is the power-ups that goes along with it. The elements that allow Mario to topple his greatest foes. Oh, and speaking of those foes, I would like some new enemies to be introduced for this new 2D Mario game. Maybe bring back some underused ones that I've talked about in videos before. You can check them out in the top right. I just love some of the enemy ideas that Nintendo comes up with for 2D Mario games and pretty much any Mario game in general. so seeing them highlighted more is always something that I appreciate. It's all about getting this game to innovate, and if it innovates enough, it could coexist with a Mario Maker port on the same console. If this ends up releasing before the Mario Maker port, which I think will allow them to coexist even more because this will give this game more sales potential in my opinion, then they could add the new aesthetic from this brand new 2D Mario game into Super Mario Maker, and then it will allow people to create levels based on the new graphical style that is implemented into this Mario game, and I think that would be beloved by the fans. Recently, Nintendo has been giving the fans what they want, at least for the major franchises anyway. Still waiting for Mario Party and Paper Mario, Nintendo. Come on. So I think if the next 2D Mario game works out, it won't have to be replaced by Super Mario Maker. However, if it's not very good and it doesn't innovate, I think Mario games, at least in the 2D form, will eventually be replaced by this new creation tool. I'm really interested in what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section down below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you really enjoyed this video. Remember to watch one of my previous ones if you are interested in it. I have some links on the screen for you, and I'll see you next time.